In this lesson, we'll find quadratic equation for which sum of the roots and product of roots is given. Let's get started with example number 1, which states if alpha and beta are roots of the equation ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, form the equation whose roots are double the roots of this equation. So, if alpha beta are roots of equation ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, then what will be the value for alpha plus beta? The alpha plus beta, like we know already, we have calculated this, is equal to minus b over a, and the product of roots alpha into beta is equal to c over a. Now the required equation has roots which are double than roots of this equation. Required equation has roots. If the roots of the required equation are double, then the roots must be 2 alpha and 2 beta, because alpha beta are roots of the given equation. Required equation has roots 2 alpha and 2 beta according to the given condition. Now 2 alpha plus 2 beta, for required equation we will find the sum of roots. So sum of roots of required equation is equal to 2 alpha plus 2 beta. And if that is the case, we can take 2 common and we have alpha plus beta, but we know the value of alpha plus beta from equation number 1, and we also know the value of alpha into beta from equation number 2. So here we can substitute the value of alpha plus beta, which will give us 2 times minus b over a. So this is equal to minus 2b over a. Also, product of roots of required equation. Product of roots of required equation, that will be equal to 2 alpha times 2 beta, because 2 alpha and 2 beta are roots of required equation, so their product must be 2 alpha times 2 beta. So this is equal to 4 times alpha into beta, and if we substitute the value of alpha into beta from equation 2, this will be equal to c over a. So the product of roots of required equation is 4c over a. Thus required equation will be is x squared minus sum of roots times x plus product of roots equal to 0. Now sum of roots is minus 2b over a. So required equation is x squared minus 2b over a minus 2b over a times x plus 4c over a equal to 0. So this way we have x squared minus time minus will become plus plus 2b over a x plus 4c over a equal to 0. And if we multiply throughout by a, multiply by a, this will give us ax square plus 2bx plus 4c equal to 0 is required equation. Now question number 2. If alpha beta are roots of the equation x square minus 3x plus 5, example number 2, if alpha beta are roots of x square minus 3x plus 5 equal to 0, then what are the values of alpha plus beta? Here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 3, c is equal to 5. So alpha plus beta will be equal to minus b over a, and alpha into beta must be equal to c over a. This means alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3 over 1, and alpha into beta is equal to 5. So alpha plus beta is equal to 3. Let's call this as equation number 1, and let's call this as equation number 2. So alpha beta were roots of the equation x square minus 3x plus 5. Therefore alpha plus beta is equal to 3 and alpha into beta is equal to 5. Now what is requirement of the question? We are required to find out the equation whose roots are 1 minus alpha over 1 plus alpha and 1 minus beta over 1 plus beta. To find equation with roots 1 minus alpha over 1 plus alpha and 1 minus beta over 1 plus beta, we'll find the sum of roots. We will find sum of roots and product of roots So SR, sum of roots, will be equal to 1 minus alpha over 1 plus alpha plus 1 minus beta over 1 plus beta. And we can take LCM. If we take LCM, that will give us 1 plus alpha, 1 plus beta. Here 1 minus alpha time 1 plus beta plus 1 minus beta time 1 plus alpha. Now simplification of this expression will give us this expression. This will be 1 plus alpha plus beta plus alpha into beta. And here this will be 1 plus beta minus alpha beta plus 1 plus alpha minus beta minus alpha beta. We can cross out minus beta with plus beta and minus alpha with plus alpha. So if we add up in the numerator, that will give us 2 minus 2 alpha beta over 1 plus alpha plus beta plus alpha beta. So now we can substitute the values for 2 times 1 minus alpha beta divided by 1 plus alpha plus beta plus alpha beta. Now the value for alpha into beta is 5 and alpha plus beta is equal to 3. So this is 2 times 1 minus 5 divided by 1 plus 3 plus 5. So this will be equal to 2 times minus 4 over 9. So this is equal to minus 8 over 9. So this is value for sum of the roots of required equation. And now we are going to find out product of roots. Now we will find, to find product of roots of required equation. That would be PR will be equal to 1 minus alpha over 1 plus alpha times 1 minus beta over 1 plus beta. So if we multiply, the numerator will multiply with the numerator and denominator will multiply with the denominator. So this will give us equal to 1 minus beta minus alpha plus alpha beta over 1 plus alpha plus beta plus alpha times beta. And like before, we can 1 minus can be taken common. This will be alpha plus beta plus alpha into beta divided by, this will be 1 plus alpha plus beta plus alpha into beta. So this will give us 1 minus 3 plus 5, 1 plus 3 plus 5. So this is equal to 3 over 9. 3 over 9 means 1 over 3. Therefore, required equation. So required equation is x square minus sum of roots times x plus product of roots equal to 0. So here we have x square minus 8 over 9 that we calculated for sum of roots minus 8 over 9 and time x plus product of roots, which is equal to 1 over 3, or you can write 3 over 9 equal to 0. And now we multiply 9 throughout. So this will give us x square plus 8x over 9 plus 3 over 9 equal to 0, means that is, if we multiply 9, that will be 9x square plus 8x plus 3 equal to 0. So now the last question, in which if alpha, beta are roots of the equation, example number 3, if alpha, beta are roots of the equation, of the given equation, and what is that given equation? Given equation is 5x squared minus x minus 2 minus x minus 2 equal to 0. This means alpha plus beta sum of roots is equal to, where a here is equal to 5, b is equal to minus 1, c is equal to minus 2. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a, means that alpha plus beta is equal to 1 over 5 is equal to 1 over 5, and alpha into beta, which is equal to c over a, is here minus 2 over 5. Alpha into beta is equal to minus 2 over 5. So let's call this as equation number 2 and call this as equation number 1. Now, roots of required equation. Roots of, by the given condition, roots of required equation, roots of required equation are 3 over alpha, and 3 over beta. Now we will find sum of roots of required equation and product of roots of required equation. Sum of roots, thus SR for required equation is equal to 3 over alpha plus 3 over beta. This means we can take 3 common. This will be alpha plus beta over alpha into beta, means 3 times what is value of alpha plus beta, that is equal to 1 over 5. So this is time 1 over 5 divided by alpha into beta. Alpha into beta is minus 2 over 5. This is minus 2 over 5. So we get the value here is 3 times 1 over 5 times minus 5 over 2. So 5 got cancelled with 5. The answer is minus 3 over 2. Minus 3 over 2. And now we will find the product of roots. Now the product of roots of required equation is equal to 3 over alpha times 3 over beta. That is equal to 9 over alpha into beta. So now we can put the value of 9 divided by alpha into beta. We just calculated, that is minus 2 over 5. Minus 2 over 5. So this is equal to minus 9 times 5 over 2, means minus 45 over 2. Minus 45 over 2. Thus the required equation, So the required equation will be, so the required equation is x square minus sum of roots times x plus product of roots equal to 0, means x square minus sum of roots is minus 3 over 2, minus 3 over 2, x plus product of roots is 45 over 2 minus 45 over 2 equal to 0. If we multiply throughout by 2, that will give us 2x square plus 3x minus 45 equal to 0. So we will see you in next lesson with some more questions.